young Australians would have up to $400,000 more in their retirement nest eggs at the end of their working lives under a plan from the Productivity Commission, which has found millions of people face financial pain without change. With the proposal set to anger the industry and retail sectors of the $2.6 trillion superannuation business, the Commission believes the system needs to be made simpler for the benefit of future and current retirees. Structural flaws, from multiple accounts to being stuck in underperforming funds, are costing Australians $3.9 billion a year in lost retirement earnings. Its most contentious proposal would result in new workers being offered a list of the nation's top-performing funds on starting a job. Up to 10 names would be offered along with a one-page sheet explaining key details of the various funds. These funds have delivered, on average, a 5.7% return in the past decade. The median return for all MySuper accounts has been 4.7%. The list would be compiled by an independent expert panel, forcing funds to compete heavily to have their names put on the list offered to workers. It would stop young Australians being lumped into poor-performing funds for their working lives. A young person starting work with a $50,000 starting salary but who is defaulted into a bottom 25% performing fund could find themselves with $635,000 less in retirement than if they had sunk their money into some of the top 25% of funds. Likening the current system to a lottery, the PC believes its plan could result in a 21-year-old new work entrant retiring with more than $1 million. Without changes, they would end up with a $620,000 nest egg. It would also create a scramble in the superannuation sector. At the moment, 8 of the top 10 performing funds are from the industry sector. The plan is aimed at getting people into well-performed funds, with the Commission revealing millions of Australians are going into retirement, well short of what they need because they have found themselves in accounts with poor returns, high fees or both. City Beach accountant Madeline Price said the impact different funds could have on retirement savings was an eye-opener. She said she had not given much thought to superannuation because retirement was so far away. "I know I just have one fund and it's the one that my workplace uses," Ms. Price, 21, said. "I'd never really thought about it. It's just one of those things you signed up for when you get your new job." According to the PC, many end up with multiple super accounts as they move between jobs. It believes super accounts should follow the individual and not be tied to the workplace. Finding a person with a single super account would be up to $51,000 better off in retirement compared with someone with multiple accounts. Under its plans, funds would have to limit exit and switching fees to only cost recovery for MySuper products, taking in new members and new accumulation and retirement products. It would then spread the benefits to existing fund members. While most of the report focuses on those entering the workforce, it believes its proposals can benefit people well into their working life. A person aged 55 with a plan to retire at 67 would be $61,000 better off if they had a single, top-performing MySuper account rather than remain in 2 underperforming accounts. PC Deputy Commissioner Karen Chester said reducing the number of multiple accounts, putting members into better-performing funds and cutting fees would help all Australians. "The 3 changes we are proposing, the benefits will ripple through the entire system and reach all members over time," she said. The Commission found workers were losing up to $2.8 billion a year by businesses failing to make appropriate superannuation guarantee payments. It backs a proposal announced by the government in the budget to provide insurance through superannuation to only those under the age of 25 on an opt-in basis, with Liam Croy.